You do not need to raise your hand, just do your best not to talk over anybody. Are there any questions before we begin? This is super low stakes. There's no wrong or right answer. You're just using information from the text and answering these questions below. Questions? Okay, let's begin. The first question I'm going to pose to the group on the inside, remember outside you're staying absolutely quiet for these 10 minutes. What choices does Matthew have? What are the different ways he could have acted in this situation? So again, you don't need to raise your hand. You get to totally take it off. Go for it.
He could tell the teachers what was actually going on.
Now, do you agree with that? Do you want to add on to that? It's all up to you guys. I'm not the center.
He could have asked his mom to hire like a babysitter, so then he could have stayed.
If you feel like you've answered that question, somebody can ask the next question on the list.
How are these choices good for everybody involved? These choices are good because he can help his siblings and be a good brother.
I'm going to pause the surprise over right now. I know it's all of our first ones, so at some point we might need to pause and redirect. What I think the question was the first one, if he had choices he could have made. He could have done what? What's one thing he could have done?
He could have asked his teacher to give him time in class to work on time.
Okay. What's another thing he could have done?
Asked mom to hire a babysitter.
Yep.
While they were asleep, while his brothers and sisters were sleeping, he could have done some of them.
Okay. So if he chose to do some of these things, what would have been the benefits? What would have been the good things that happened? Who would have it affected? Good, like good. He chose to go help his siblings though. So how did that affect somebody good or bad?
Somebody good.
Okay, and tell me more about that.
He did somebody good. Take care of his brothers and sisters.
I think there's something bad for his innovation, because it's good that he gets some time with his siblings, because you don't know what will happen. And it's kind of bad because he's not actually doing his homework, and that this is kind of not a good right future.
How could Matthew show responsibility in this situation?
He could have standed up to his mom and told her that he needs to do his work.
He could have just told the teachers.
Told them what? I'm going to push you a little more. Told them what?
Like, he could have told them that he has to take care of his siblings and stuff. He didn't have to say nothing was going on. He could maybe ask one of his friends to help him take care of his siblings.
But then wouldn't that make his friend's schedule weird?
How did he show responsibility in the actions that he took in the story? Can you speak up and say it a little louder? Does anyone else want to ask any questions to the group?
How could Matthew show respect in this situation?
Remember, it's your goal to talk at least once. So if you haven't said anything, think about how could Matthew show respect, or how did he show respect?
You show respect by spending time by his brother and sister and family.
To show respect, he could have told his teachers about what's been going on.
What would you have done differently in this situation to exhibit the core characteristics?
I would have told the teacher. Talk to your mom to tell her what's going on that you're all the time.
Make time for homework. Hire a nanny.
Anyone want to say any last words before we wrap up this conversation?
Take it to the daycare. Take it to the daycare. And then go back to school and then
Can you speak up? I can hear you, bud.
take him to the daycare and go back to school and go after school and finish the rest of the homework.
Maybe you could sign them up for like after school programs.
He could get a tutor for himself to help him manage his time for school.
He could do extra credit to make up for what the time he missed.
A bunch of probably extra work. Something like that.
I would ask my friends if they can help in any way they can.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Can we give a round of applause to the inside group?